Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be explaining the stats on your attachments and what they mean, because some of the stats might just be outright confusing or some of them just don't work at all. So let's get into it. So you get horizontal recoil control and vertical recoil control. So now let's see what happens when I shoot this target here with my base ACR. Now what you're seeing here is the ACR moves up and to the right. That is how almost every gun moves in this game, is up and to the right. So what is horizontal recoil? It is how much the gun moves on the horizontal plane, aka from left to right. So now let's say I want to deduct my horizontal recoil. I'm gonna have to go ahead and slap on the angled grip, the heavy grip, and the muzzle brake. So this now total gives us a 14.5 reduction to our horizontal recoil control. You'll see there's a big difference in this angle that it goes from the center line here. And vertical recoil is just the opposite effect. Once again, let's quickly build the gun here for it. It's just the opposite effect, how quickly it moves up. So now if we shoot again, you'll see the bullets are way closer to each other than compared to the normal ACR. That moves a bit more erratic. But typically, horizontal recoil does overpower vertical recoil in this game, so you're better off using horizontal attachments on your weapons. Okay, now let's talk about recoil recovery. This is probably the most useless attachment in the entire game. Essentially, when I start shooting here in the middle, the time it takes for my gun to go back from my shooting position down to where I started. So if we start to shoot this thing, you'll see it just snaps back to place because I built this ACR for max recoil recovery. Yeah, it's a pretty useless attachment because you're going to be jumping around and stuff. You're not going to be standing still and just wait for your gun to lock back into place. And now the rate of fire. The rate of fire obviously just increases how many more rounds per minute the gun shoots. Now you can see here we have a 5% rate of fire, and with the muzzle booster we have a 2.5% rate of fire. Now like I said, some of the attachments are broken, and these two I believe are broken right now because the horizontal and the vertical recoil deduction you get from these actually doesn't happen. In fact, it actually gives you more. So it's the inverted effect. It's probably bugged right now, but anyway. So now that I have the max fire rate on this ACR, let's go see what it does. So if you click this button here below, you can see some more detailed stats, and here you can see it takes our base ACR from 625 rounds per minute up to 672 rounds per minute, which is a big increase in our fire rate. And if we shoot here, you'll see the fire rate is crazy. Now the fire rate barrels are quite important in XDefiant because a lot of them just bring the TTK down by a whole lot. So if we shoot this target here, I'm going to be aiming at this body at the bottom. You'll see the time to kill is 37. However, when we take these two attachments off and we start to shoot again, you see the time to kill is now 39. So it does bring the TTK down by quite a bit. Talk about the suppressors. They aren't that important in the game. Essentially that 24 meters minimap visibility range just means when you shoot this gun in an area of 24 meters around you, you'll be able to be seen on the minimap as a red dot or something. But you will only appear for half a second. So if an enemy is within 24 meters of you, they'll be able to see you on the minimap for half a second. That is essentially what the suppressor means. It's not that important, but I do use it in some of my builds. Okay, now let's talk about the range. Now, as far as I'm concerned, the barrel extender right now is broken, but Chrome line should still work. So let's quickly test this on the Vector. So the Vector has one of the worst ranges in the game, and as you can see when we shoot here at the bottom right, you'll see our last hit was 19 damage. However, on this target it'll be 11. However, once we go and actually put on the Chrome line, you'll see we're now doing 19, and still 19 on the 15 meter target. So what it means is in this range, I'm now doing the max damage that this gun can for its range. So we're just increasing the max damage range essentially. But as you can see with the barrel extender, we're doing 19, and still 11, which doesn't make any sense for this gun at all. But yeah, anyway. Okay, now the next two are quite important. That is ADS speed and sprint to shoot time. So what is ADS speed? ADS speed means your aim down sight speed. It is just how quickly your gun moves from its standard position into its ADS mode. That little delay that you see there, that is the ADS speed. Now let's quickly build an ACR completely for ADS stats. This build is for max ADS speed. Let's see how quickly our gun moves up now. And as you can see, it's near instant. Okay, now what is sprint to shoot time? Sprint to shoot time is in the name. It's that small animation delay that you're seeing when your gun goes from the sprint position into the shooting position. It's a very vital stat for your gun. So now let's build this one for max sprint to shoot time. So this is for max sprint to shoot time. And now you'll see there is a big difference in that delay. Okay, now for movement speed, I've got my stopwatch on my phone. I'm going to start at the moment. We're going to run to see how much we can deduct out of our movement speed stats. So let's begin. And time. That is 4.2 seconds we get from running from this side all the way to that side. So now let's build this gun for the max movement speed. Now let's see if there's a notable difference in our movement speed. So once again, running from this side to that side, let's begin. And time. And as you can see, now it is 3.7. So yeah, that is what movement speed does. Essentially just how fast your character moves while holding this gun. Remember, when you have your pistol out, you move way quicker. If you like to strafe, this next stat is for you, and that is ADS walking speed. So ADS walking speed is in the name. It is how quickly you move around while you're aiming. So as you can see, I'm quite slow right now, strafing left to right. And the thing about this game, Exclusive Ace also mentioned it, but if you just move left to right, it is almost instant. There's no delay in you changing directions such as in most games. So strafing is quite important. So let's go build this gun for a max ADS walking speed. And here it is for max ADS walking speed. And now let's go test it. And as you can see, we are now moving way quicker. So if you like to strafe, this one is for you. And just another thing, while you're strafing in this game, you're actually going to be seeing a lot less recoil, especially when you're strafing from left to right. Now, ADS flinch control. ADS flinch control is just how much you flinch when someone is shooting you. So the less flinch you have, the better. I can't really show that to you in the range, but it's also a pretty good stat. It just makes you stable while you're more in a gunfight. You see, I mentioned that a lot in my build videos too. There's also the thing they nerfed in one of these latest patches for the snipers. Okay, now for ADS stability. So this is the ADS stability build, and it doesn't really matter. Okay, ADS stability is one of those useless stats where I think it only applies for snipers. It doesn't really matter just how much your gun sways. It's kind of like the same thing how it is in Call of Duty with the idle sway. Alright, and then minimum and maximum spread is talking about your HIPFIRE spread. Take note of how big that reticle is. When we go shoot this target, you'll see it's all over the place when we HIPFIRE. Now, as far as I'm concerned, the laser on the ACR is the only thing that actually brings down the HIPFIRE spread. As you can see, that reticle is now way smaller. It's not over the place anymore. It's in that little inner circle there. And then for the magazine attachment. So the magazine size obviously refers to how many bullets are in your magazine. So this one has an extra 5 bullets. This one has an extra 4 magazines that come with the gun. This is for if you want to go on long kill streaks with it. This one has an extra 15 bullets in the magazine. And this one has an extra 5 bullets in the magazine. Now, as you can see that this one has a 15% reload speed, 10%. And this one actually takes away reload speed. That's because we're trading it off for more magazine size. However, the golden one here is the fast mag because it gives you a 40% reload speed. So what that means is when I'm going to shoot this gun now and I'm going to reload, it's going to be near instant. That is a really good reload for the ACR. So if you can, always try to squeeze in the fast mag on your builds. So now that I've explained the attachment, remember it also applies for the inverted. For example, let me just quickly build an ACR to completely just harm our ADS speed on this weapon. This gun is made to just completely destroy our ADS speed. Let's see how slow the ACR is now. And again, it's not that bad because this game is not too finicky about your ADS speed and stuff, but as you can see, it is quite slow. Hopefully this video helps you get a better insight of how some of these stats work in this game. And you can definitely try to build your own builds. And if you want, you can come post your build in my Discord down below. We hang out there, we chat a lot. So if you want, you can join the Discord, link in bio. And with that said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.